that list has been suspended for 3 months. We have been working on our own Huawei operating system for a few years. We have a really great partnership with Google, and we also work with partners like Microsoft and Intel. But we've been making our own contingencies if the situation with the US got to where it is now. And the Huawei operating system, our consumer colleagues have told us that will be ready later this year or early next year. And regardless of what happens with Google, the Huawei smartphones that are in the market now are unaffected. Those that are being sold by retailers, so those that are in consumers' hands, don't worry, everything's fine. They continue updating them with patches for security, and those Huawei phones that are in stores are fine and won't be affected by this. It's future models that we need to consider, and much can happen with the US and the situation as it unfolds. Things are changing on a daily and weekly basis, so one of the contingencies we have is a Huawei operating system. The US is concerned. We understand the US is concerned that Huawei has a lead with 5G. We are 2 or 3 years ahead of our competitors, we understand, with 5G. But we're willing to share the technology with the world, with Latin America and possibly even the US. But it doesn't help when the US president calls Huawei a very dangerous company, as he did last week. Wherein we want to collaborate. We don't want to fight or have a war of words. We want to collaborate and support people around the world with connectivity and 5G. The US has been the Trump administration, and some members of Congress have been making allegations about Huawei, and we reject those allegations. We have done nothing wrong. We have the highest commitment to the cybersecurity of our customers and protecting the privacy of consumers. So Huawei is somewhat shocked that the United States and the Trump administration would make these accusations against us, which are completely unfounded. There's no evidence and there's no proof. And now we're seeing the Trump administration speculate about what may happen in the future simply because Huawei's headquarters is in China. We're a global company with operations in 170 countries, and China is part of the international trading system. And this is a privately owned company. It's owned by its employees. It's not owned by any government, nor does any government or armed forces have any share in Huawei. It's owned by the people who I work with.
Later.
Yeah, for sure. We're a $100 billion US company. We've been operating for 30 years. We could foresee that the United States was becoming more anxious and misunderstanding Huawei in recent year or two. And so we've been making preparations with our supply chain. We have been stockpiling parts. We have been changing our business and focusing on the components and parts of our business that are successful. And we've been streamlining those parts that are not. So we don't want to be part of any US-China trade deal. Huawei wants to speak or negotiate directly with the US government. So we rely on the American justice system. It seems some politicians in America misunderstand or want to use Huawei for political purposes. I hope I've shown you today the technology and what we have to offer people in Latin America and people all around the world to connect them, to have a future, a globalized future where everyone is interconnected and we can all prosper and share technology together. We don't want to see a situation in which the world is split into two parts